Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, a bit like this idiot displaying all the mental ability of a used lottery scratch card. Or these very unruly and extremely badly behaved children who purposefully delay and inconvenience this Audi driver as he's overtaking on the zigzag and on the zebra crossing. Disgusting behaviour. Although I blame the parents, every child should know what the 4 circles of privilege mean. Or maybe this backwards plank who Pooh Bar spotted on the motorway, displaying the mental agility and driving skills of a squashed hedgehog. Here we are on board with Bill B in his truck, and you see them white chevron lines on the left where they made a new rule in the highway code today. Yeah, if there's a queue of traffic and you've got a brain the size of a genital wall, then you can drive like a backwards window licker too. Here's Ed on his bike making full use of that bus lane there. Now, as a species, we are quite high up on the food chain, but unfortunately some members of that species are definitely missing some links from their chain. There's nothing quite like a nice drive in the countryside, beautiful scenery, fresh air and some blank spreadsheet who just pulls straight out and smashes your car to bits. If you offer that idiot a penny for his faults, you're getting change. Here's Rob B approaching this mini roundabout, and the white transit driver, he's driving accordingly to accommodate for his invisible trailer. And matey in the black car, well, he's just driving like that to compensate for his lack of neuroelectrical activity. Here's Chris, and he's giving a perfect demonstration of how to leave a dual carriageway. Way before you get to your exit, you get in the left-hand lane. But when you're driving a 1 Series BMW, black with black windows, and you're as dim as a candlelit dinner with no candles, that's exactly how it's done. BMW lane discipline at its finest. And here's another real damp match in a dark cave who Steve T spotted doing a very similar thing indeed. You could find a jellyfish washed up on the beach, throw it in a car, and I guaranteed it'd drive better than this lot. And here's George M behind another cognitively disadvantaged driver who's bringing joy to other motorists like a mother-in-law brings joy to a long car journey. This from Ride Rod, and nothing quite says, my parents have been moaning at me for 32 years to leave home, and I enjoy going to the local park to watch frogs having sex, like backing into a road without looking. These idiots have got all their life to be stupid. It wouldn't hurt to take a day off now and again. Now, some people enjoy bird watching or painting as a hobby, but when you're a low-capacity, dysfunctional donut, what you like to do is buy a BMW 1 Series, drive it like a massive Joe Blunt and smash it to bits. Driving like this can result in injury, especially to your ego. Okay, so here's 80s child. He's just going down the high street, and as you notice, as soon as he hears a siren, he pulls over to the left, because that's what we all do. But just watch what this space cadet does on the other side of the road. Look, sirens coming behind you, lights flashing, car pulls over in front. Oh, what shall I do? I'm just going to pull out without even using my indicator and hold up the ambulance. That's exactly what I'm going to do. He's a real flickering bulb in an already dark room, that one, let me tell you. This is from Mr. Restore on YouTube, and this is on the A21 going down towards Hastings. Now, this truck's doing about 15 mile an hour, maybe 10 mile an hour, I don't know. But what do you think the reason it's going so slow? Well, the reason it's going so slow is that Bob's on his way home from the King's Head. Had one too many, took the wrong turning, but at least he's got his IVs on. Well done, Bob, safety conscious. Here's Manu following a Toyota Prius, and have you ever wondered what the correct way is to take a left turn? Well, when your brain's as dysfunctional as a chocolate frying pan, you move to the right, indicate left, then move back to the left, and then turn left. Yep, that's how you do it. So this is Candy Butcher 69, just going down this dual carriageway here. Now just watch what this tosser does in this BMW. Look, just pulls from lane 2 into lane 1, and just like his thought process stops dead. And of course, because he's obviously got too many tabs open on his browser, he felt the need to fit a Formula 1 ship's anchor brake light under the rear bumper there. It just beggars belief the way some of these paint chip eaters find it so hard to complete such a simple task. And here's Red Eye 714 revelling in the sheer enjoyment of sharing a motorway with another dysfunctional delinquent in a BMW, and in true backwards cupcake fashion displays all the reasoning and mental ability of a concussed garden snail whilst displaying the driving ability of a blindfolded chimpanzee. Now, a lot of the accidents we see are caused by the drivers getting distracted. This garden tool in the blue Volvo, well, his thoughts must have wandered off like a distracted toddler in a shopping mall. Slow-moving traffic, clear visibility, and smash-bang wallop. Poor guy in that lovely little motorhome just sitting in the traffic, minding his own business, and Confetti Brain just swerved straight into him for absolutely no reason at all. And now he's proper cattle trucked. Here's Bill on the A13, and anybody who knows this road knows that once you get on there, all bets are off. Now, the little blue car in front, he's going to move to the left, but unfortunately for him, the driver of the little black car, who's as sharp as a sock full of gravy, just pulls straight to the right and nearly takes him out. I bet I've forgotten more than he's ever known. Okay, so here's Musa going down this very narrow two-way street, and we all know that these types of street are all about give and take, don't we? But unfortunately, Doofus here, his brain is literally a tiny museum full of mistakes, regret and bad choices, didn't get the memo about that. And then displaying the type of intelligence which can only be viewed in a petri dish through a microscope, expects Musa and the other cars that are behind him to back all the way down the street. Seriously, 6 million years of evolution, and this is where we're at. On board with Nick, the old school trucker, going down the motorway, and oh look, it would appear he's encountered a driver whose brain neurons definitely travel economy class, and I would say they've definitely lost a bit of luggage before they reach their receptor. That unstuffed scarecrow has literally driven all the way to the end of the slip road and stopped like it's a give-way line at a side road. Unbelievable. And then we got this from Locke, showing us this real blown fuse driving this blue car, who can't even complete the most basic of tasks of driving, turning left into a side road. It goes on the wrong side of the bollards, the wazzock. Right, can I ask you one very quick favour before we carry on? If you haven't done it already, can you please hit that little like and subscribe button down below, because it really does help me grow the channel. Thank you, let's carry on. Paul L sent me this clip a little while ago, and sorry Paul, I lost it, but I only just found it just now. Now, as you can see, Paul's keeping a nice distance, so when something like that happens and the car in front stops, you've got plenty of distance. But the low-capacity flake in the black car ain't got no stopping distance, and now he's touching the Armco barrier and guaranteed he's touching cloth as well. But hang on, he's not alone. You probably missed it the first time, but if we have another look behind us, when all that lot was kicking off, you'll see there's another living and breathing flatliner doing exactly the same thing. Pair of twats. Here's Rob, and he's following a melt in a black Range Rover who obviously ignores these red traffic lights and the highway code exactly the same as he ignored all his teachers, education and any form of learning whatsoever. Now, there are some things we all want in life: health, happiness, financial security, but you know what we don't want? Some real offline Wi-Fi router with the driving ability of a guinea pig just hitting your car while it's parked up outside of your house and then driving off like nothing's happened. What a fine community-minded person that was. Now, when you're looking for a way to let people know you've got a mental age of 7 and you still shout out, "Mum!" when you hear the ice cream man outside, nothing quite beats driving a 44-tonne truck down the road and changing lanes without looking properly. That'll be a new complete left-hand side for the car then. Thank you very much. Here's Wayne sitting behind an Audi driver, and as we can see, he's actually obeying the red traffic light for once. But I spoke too soon. Upon sensing he was about to be beaten off the lights, he instantly reverts into Audi driver mode. Right foot down, speed up, and common sense disappears into bubbles like a fart in a swimming pool. So here's Powell negotiating a roundabout while simultaneously negotiating a helmet in a veto. But hang on, let's be thankful. Because of drivers like that, the middle finger hand gesture was invented. This from Sodders, and is a very unfortunate driver showing all the symptoms of a very underdeveloped frontal cortex. Now, we all saw that big white arrow painted on the road pointing round to the right. Now, we all know what that means, don't we? But for some who are stuck with a mental age, that means you still throw temper tantrums in the supermarket, you argue about bedtime, and you keep asking, "Are we there yet?" every 4 minutes on a long car journey, then that arrow means just come down the outside of the traffic queue and cut from right to left like a massive Joe Blunt. This is from Paul's driving school. Now, this is a two-way road we're looking at here, so just hold that thought for a second, yeah? But unfortunately, if you was placed into an incubator when you was an infant just before a power cut, and your favourite TV programme is Teletubbies, then driving on the wrong side of the road is as natural for you as sticking your tongue against a frozen lamppost. I mean, seriously, driving ain't hard. It's not rocket science, is it? But some of these brainless gimps we watch on here make driving seem as hard as trying to complete a jigsaw puzzle while wearing boxing gloves blindfolded. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, there's nothing more satisfying than watching two perfect strangers join in harmonious union and work in perfect teamwork to create an accident what could have easily been avoided. But that takes common sense, and I didn't see much of that in that clip, did you? Little picture here from John showing not only do the 4 circles of privilege boost your ego to compensate for your lack of intelligence, they also allow you to park like a massive Joe Blunt. And here's another one from Colin in Enniskillen, showing another Belendos Colossus using the 4 circles of privilege to park in not 1 but 2 disabled bays. And what about this half-buttered slice who definitely suffers from delusions of adequacy parking like that? Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I'll put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. Have a fantastic weekend and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.